Om Shanti. This is Sakar Murli of 24th of July 2025. Morning Murli Bab Tada Madhuban. Essence. Sweet children, through this study, you go to your land of happiness via the land of peace. This is your aim and objective. You should never forget this. Question. At this time, what scenes of drama do you children observe as a detached observer? Answer. At this time, there are scenes of total sorrow in the drama. Even if someone does have some happiness, it is only temporary, like the dropping of the crow. The rest is nothing but sorrow. You children have now come into the light. You know how this unlimited world cycles continues to the turn the second by second. One day you cannot be the same as the next. The acts of the whole world continues to change as new scenes continue to going on. Song. The reign of knowledge is for those who are with the beloved. Double Om Shanti. First, the Father is stabilizing in his original region, and second, he is also telling you children to stabilize yourselves in your original region of yourselves and to remember the Father. No one else can say. Stabilizing is your original region. The intellects of you children have faith. Those who intellects have faith become victorious. It is they who gain victory. What victory will they gain? That of the Father's inheritance. To go to the heaven means to be victorious in gaining the Father inheritance. The other effort you make is for status. You definitely have to go to heaven. You children know that this is a dirty world. A lot of more sorrow is yet to come. You also know the cycle of the drama. Baba has come many times to purify souls and to take them back home like a romance of the mosquitoes. Then he himself go and residence in the land of peace. Children too will go there. You children should have the happiness that you will go to your land of happiness via the land of peace through this study. This is your aim and objective. You shouldn't forget this. You hear this every day. You understand that the Father is teaching you in the order to purify you. He shows you an easy method of having remembrance to become a pure. This is not anything new. It is written that God taught Raj Yoga. The only mistake they made was that they put Shri Krishna's name in the Gita. Isn't that the knowledge you children now receive is in the any scriptures other than the Gita? You children know that no human being has a phrase that the Father has. If the Father did not come, the world cycle would not run. How would this land of the sorrow become the land of happiness? The world cycle has to turn. Therefore, the Father definitely has to come. The Father also comes to take everyone back home, and then the cycle begins again. If the Father did not come, how would the Iron Age change into the Golden Age? These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. Raj Yoga is the only mention in the Gita. If people were to know that God has come in Abu, they would all run here to meet him. Even sannyas wants to meet God. People remember the purify in the order to return home. You children are now becoming the multi-millions times fortunate. There is a limitless happiness there. The deity's region that exists in the new world no longer exists. The Father carries out the establishment of the deity's kingdom through Brahma. This is very clear. This is your aim and objective. There is no question of doubt about this. As you make the further progress, it will be understood that the kingdom definitely has to be established. That there is a to be the original internal deity's region. When you live in the heaven, the land is called Bharat, and then when you go into the hell, this is called Hindustan. Here there is a sorrow and only the sorrow. Then this world changes into the heaven. there will just be that land of happiness. You children have this knowledge. People in the world do not know anything at all. The Father himself says, it is now the darkness of the night. Human beings continue to stumble during the night. You children are now in the light. Become a detached observer and combine this with your intellects. The unlimited world cycles continue to turn second by second. One day cannot be the same as the next. The acts of the whole world continue to change and new scenes continue to going on. At this time, there are scenes of total sorrow. If there is a happiness, is it like the dropping of the crow, and the rest is nothing but sorrow? Perhaps there is a happiness in this birth for some, but then in the next birth there would be a sorrow. It is in the intellects of your children that you are now to go home. You have to make effort to become a pure for this. Shri has given you Shrimat to become a Shri Lakshmi and Narayan. A barrister would give instructions for you to become a barrister. The Father now says, follow Shrimat and become this. Each of you should ask yourself, are there any defect in me? People now sing, I am without a virtue. I have no virtues. Have comparisons for me. Comparisons means mercy. Baba says, children, I don't have mercy for anyone. Each one of you have the mercy for yourselves. This drama is predestined. Merciless, Ravan take you into the sorrow. This too is a fix in the drama. Ravan shouldn't be blamed for this. The Father comes and simply gives you advice. This is his mercy. However, this kingdom of the Ravan will still continue. The drama is internal. Neither should Ravan be blamed nor should human beings be blamed. The cycle has to run. The fathers continue to show you methods to liberate yourselves from Ravan. You have become very sinful souls by following Ravan's directions. This is now an old world. A new world will definitely come. The cycle has to turn. The golden age definitely has to come once again. It is now the confidence age. The Mahabharata world is of this time. Those whose intellects have no love at the time of the destruction are lead to destruction. This will happen and we will become victorious and the master of heaven. None of the rest will be there. You understand that it is difficult to become a deity without becoming pure. The Father is now giving you Shrimat in order to make you into the elevated deities. You cannot receive such directions at any other time. Only at the confluence age does he play his part of you giving you Shrimat. No one else has this knowledge. Devotion means devotion. It cannot be called this knowledge. Only the Spirit, the ocean of knowledge, gives this spiritual knowledge. The ocean of knowledge, the ocean of happiness, is His praise alone. The Father shows you the way to make effort. You should be aware that if you fail now, you will fail for your cycle after cycle and you will be hurt a great deed. It is when you don't follow Shrimat that you are hurt. The tree of Brahmans definitely has to grow. It will only grow as much as the tree of deities grow. You have to make effort and inspire others to do the same. The sapling continues to be planted and the tree will become a larger. You know that you are now being benefited. The benefit you experience is that you are going to be in pure world to pure world. The locks on the intellects of you children have now opened. The Father is the intellects of the wise. You now understand everything. As you progress further, you will see on the whose intellects the locks opens. This also continues according to the drama. It will then repeat from the golden age. The era begins from the coronations of Lakshmi and Narayan. You write very clearly that is a heaven from the year 1 to 12:15. There is a story of the true Narayan. There is also the devotional story of the Lord of Immorality. You are now listening to the true story of the Lord of Immorality. Then the moral of this time will continue on the path of devotions. All the festivals, etc., refer to this time. The number one festival is that birthday of Shiv Baba's coming. The fathers definitely has to come at the end of the Iron Age in the order to change the world. Anyone who looks at the pictures closely can see how accurate the account is. It is guaranteed that you will definitely make the same effort that you made in the previous cycle. You become a detached observer and see the efforts that others make. They know about their own efforts. You also know, would a student not know how much he has studied? His conscience would bite him if he were very weak in a particular subject and he then failed. At the time of the assumptions, the hearts of those who are weak in their study beat very fast. Some children will have visions, but they will fail. Therefore, what can be done at that time? When someone fails at school, the relatives and the teachers become upset. If very few students from their school pass, they would perhaps say that it was because the teacher wasn't good enough. Baba knows who is the good teachers at that center and how they teach. He knows whose teachers other will and brings them here. He knows everything. Baba says, bring the clouds here. If you bring your small children here, you have attachment to them. You should come alone so that your intellects can remain focused on this. You see your children at home all the time anyway. The father says this old world has to become the graveyard. When a new house is being built, it remains in your intellect that your new house is being built. You continue with your business anyway, but your intellects would be drawn to the new house. You don't just sit down quietly somewhere. That is limit aspects, whereas this is an unlimited aspects. While performing every act, remain aware that you are now to return home, that you will then go to your kingdom and experience limitless happiness. The father says, children, you have to look after your children, etc. But your intellect should be connected up there. If you don't stay in a remembrance, you cannot become a pure. By having remembrance, you become a pure, and by having this knowledge, you earn an income. Here, everyone is impure. There are two shores. Baba is called the boatman, but no one understands the meaning of that. You know that the Father is taking you across to the other shore. You souls know that by remembering the Father, you are becoming very close. There is a significance in the name boatman that has been given everyone since the phrase take my boat across. Would you sing this in the golden age? It is the only in the iron age that people call out. You children understand all of these things. Those who are senseless cannot come here. Baba strictly forbids it. If someone does not have faith, you mustn't bring him here at all. He wouldn't understand anything. First of all, give him the 7 days course. An arrow can strike someone in just 2 days. If he likes it, he wouldn't let go of it. He would say, I want to study this for 7 more days. You would then immediately understand that source belongs to the clan. Those who have the sharp intellects will not be concerned about others' things. Okay, if I am dismissed from my job, I will find another one. The children who have honest hearts would never be dismissed from their jobs. They are surprised themselves. Some daughter says, Baba, transform the intellects of my husbands. Baba say, don't tell me to do that. You can stay in a remembrance and sit with him, and with the power of yoga explain this knowledge. Baba will not transform anyone's intellects, otherwise everyone would do the same. People very quickly begin to follow whatever system one person start. When others hear of someone's receiving benefit from the guru, they all beginning to follow that one. Of course, there would be a phrase of new souls that comes from above. He would then have many followers. This is why you mustn't look at any of those things. Each of you only has to look at yourselves and see what extent you are studying. Baba chit chats with you in a detail. If you just tell them, remember the father, that can even be done while sitting at home. However, the oceans of knowledge would definitely give this knowledge. Would he not? The main thing is Manmana Bhav. Together with this, he also explained the secrets of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. Many very good pictures have now been created. The Father explains the meaning of them to you. Brahma is portrayed at the end of the navel, god of the Vishnu. The Trimurti is also be a portrait. So how could Brahma emerge from the navel of Vishnu as they show? The Father sits here and explains what's the right and what's the wrong. People create many pictures from their own imaginations. The cycle is also shown in some scriptures, but the durations is written as the one thing is some and as the something as in others. There are many opinions. Many limited things have been written in the scriptures. The Father explains unlimited things as to how this whole world is the kingdom of the Raman. Your intellects have the knowledge of how you become impure and how can once again become pure. All other religions comes later. There are many varieties. One cannot be the same as another. No two people can have the same features. This play is a predestinate and it's continued to the repeat. The Father sits here and explains to you children, less and less time now remains. Check yourselves to what extent do I remain happy. I mustn't perform any sinful acts. Storms will definitely come. The Father explains, children, become inverted and keep your charts, and you will be able to repent for the mistakes you have made. This is like forgiving yourselves with the power of yoga. Baba doesn't give a forgiveness. The word forgiveness is not in the drama. Each of you has to make effort for yourselves. Human beings have to pay for the sins they commit. There is no constant for forgiveness. The Father says, make effort in every respect. The Father sits here and gives you soul's method to do this. You call out to the Father to come into the Raman's old world. Come and purify us impure ones. However, the human beings don't understand anything. That is the Delvish community. You are the Brahman's community who are becoming the deity's community. You children make effort number-wise. Then it would be the sad that there is only so much in your fortune. You waste your time for the birth after birth, for the cycle after the cycle. You wouldn't be able to claim a high status. You mustn't cause yourselves a loss because it is now the time to accumulate. Later on, you will incur a loss. There is so much loss in the kingdom of the Raman. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, the Baptata. The spiritual father says namaste to spiritual children. The spiritual children say namaste to spiritual father. Essence for dharana, become introverted and check yourselves, repentant from the deep within your heart for the mistakes you have made and forgive yourselves with the power of yoga. Make effort for yourselves to follow the Father's advice fully and have a mercy for yourselves. Look at your own efforts and the efforts of others as the detached observer. Never cause yourself as a loss. Blessings. May you be truly merciful and make plans for a safety of every souls. By having feeling to benefit the world, many souls are becoming instruments to cause a harm to themselves. Be merciful towards them and make some plans. When you see the parts of some souls, you don't become a disturb, but think of the meanings, their safety. Do not think that this happens all the time or that the tree has to shake. No, finish the obstacle that has come. According to the titles of the world, benefactor and the destroyer of the obstacle. Be merciful in your thoughts, words, and deeds, and cooperate in the changing atmosphere. Slogan. Only those who keep the guard of the attentions on their intellects are able to be a karma yogs. A big signal. Accumulate the power of thoughts and becoming an instrument for elevated service. At the end, there will be a one question in your final paper. Put a full stop in the second. You will be given a number on the basis of this. If it takes longer than a second, you failed. There should be just the one father and yourself. There should be no third person in between you. It should not be. I should do this. I should see this. Why does this happen? What happened? If you have such a thoughts, you will not pass the final paper. Acha, Om Shanti.